it's time to see who has the heart.
If you put your effort and concentration into playing to your potential, to be the best that you can be, I don't care what the scoreboard says at the end of the game, in my book, we're going to be winners.
This is your fight. Now go out there and take it.
Hey, you guys, don't throw me anything. My girlfriend put a curse on my glove.
I'll take that X off the glove. Give me the glove.
You got to cut the head off a live rooster.
Welcome to Applebee's Tailgate Talk. Don't go away. We'll be right back. Come see all your friends at Applebee's in Athens, Highway 72 West, just off I-65. 12 minutes guaranteed or it's free Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. 7 items to choose from. Can't make it for lunch? Visit them for happy hour, 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. or late night. Half-price appetizers with beverage purchase, 6 appetizers to choose from. One of your favorite teams is sure to be playing on the big screen, too. See you tomorrow at Applebee's Neighborhood Grill, Highway 72 Athens, just off I-65. Real estate real easy. That's the motto at Innovative Realty Solutions, and providing the highest quality real estate services is their mission. With sound real estate advice, the latest information, and a skilled analysis of the real estate market, Innovative Realty Solutions offers a better home buying and selling experience with a fair, ethical, and, yes, innovative process. Innovative Realty Solutions. Visit them on Facebook, online at innovativerealtysolutions.com, at 100 North Clinton Street in Athens, or call 230-5950. Innovative Realty Solutions. Real estate real easy. When things go wrong, State Farm is here to help life go right. And Agent Michael Howell is the one who can help get things back on track. See Michael for your auto, home, life, health, property, and business insurance, and be ready for those unexpected twists that life throws at you. Ask about banking and annuities, too. Call State Farm Agent Michael Howell at 232-5400. Visit him online at michaelhowell.net or go see him at 903 South Clinton Street in Athens. State Farm Agent Michael Howell. There when things go wrong, here to help life go right. Daly & Son Car Care is Ardmore's only one-stop auto repair and tire shop. Whether it's major mechanic or brake work or routine maintenance like an oil change or lube job, Daly & Son Car Care has been satisfying customers all over with their fast and friendly service. They're also your headquarters for quality Cooper tires. Stop by and see Wayne, Nikki, or Dale at 25600 Main Street in Ardmore, Tennessee, or call them at 931-427-4651. They're on Facebook, too. Daly & Son Car Care, open Monday through Friday, 7:30 till 5, and Saturday, 7:30 till noon. Need custom screen printing or other promotional products? Got You Covered Screen Printing and More in Athens is, well, got you covered. Screen printing, promotional items, stickers, graphic design, vinyl for signs and garments, and other customized products. They also offer local pickup and delivery services, rush orders, volume discounts, and can customize any project to meet your needs. Got You Covered guarantees to get the job done and will work hard to make sure you're completely satisfied. Call today, 444-4500, or stop by and see them at 389 West Sandifer Road in Athens. Got You Covered Screen Printing and More. Keep up with Athens and Limestone County sports with a Play Action Sports Report. Look for it every Wednesday on your favorite podcast platform. The Play Action Sports Report. Scores, interviews, highlights, and more from school, youth, and amateur sports in Athens and Limestone County. The Play Action Sports Report every Wednesday on your favorite podcast platform or online at pasnetwork.net.
Hey, this is East Limestone baseball coach Adam Brown, and you're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk.
Good Saturday morning, everyone, and welcome to Applebee's Tailgate Talk. We're live here on WKAC, the Big 1080, live in the Applebee's studios on Highway 72. Tom McClung here, old Tom Cat, alongside producer extraordinaire Tim Lambert. Todd the Bod, bless his heart, he left his glasses at home. He is on the way, but he'll be delayed a few minutes. And Tojo J. Vassar and Adam Dodson are both on assignment. Something about news courier work and Alabama football. I don't know what.
I don't know. You can't.
I can't say anything.
Can't on anybody.
I can't say anything. I've been in the same situation. We've got a great show lined up for you today, ladies and gentlemen. Call or text us at area code 256-812. Tell me a show of ours that is not great. That's what I want to know. There you go. Call or text us at area code 256-812-1848. That's area code 256-812-1TGT. You can find our website online at tailgatetalk.net. Follow our Twitter and Instagram accounts at Tailgate Talk AL. You can like our Facebook page. Just simply type in the search bar Applebee's Tailgate Talk. Subscribe to the Applebee's Tailgate Talk archives are available. Wait a minute. I'm reading. Let me subscribe to the Applebee's Tailgate Talk archives are available on all major podcast platforms. Amazon. That R right there was throwing me off.
Subscribe to the Applebee's Tailgate Talk
archives.
Okay.
Should period. They are available.
Yeah, and probably I should have just not have the.
Yeah. There you go. Just knock out the 2 and the V and put maybe a colon right there behind subscribe.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, we'll do it. We'll figure it out next week. They're available on all major podcast platforms. Amazon Echo. Oh, take a break, Tom. We got to work on this punctuation here, brother. I write reports for.
What?
There's no period between Amazon or comma in it.
Oh.
Available on all major podcast platforms.
Okay.
Period.
Well, it just, okay. It didn't print out like it was supposed to. I'm usually good about that punctuation.
Amazon Echo say.
I'm not Todd.
Say, Alexa.
Play Tailgate Talk.
Google Home say, okay, Google.
Play Tailgate Talk.
We're going to get through this before we know it, Bama Zach. Download the Tailgate Talk app for Android or iPhone. Our phone calls will be taken on the First National Bank hotline, making communities great. And our special guest segment will be brought to you by Tailgate Yellowhammer Roofing. Tailgate Talk special guest segment. That's written. There's no punctuation problem there. That's just me. Tailgate Talk special guest segment brought to you by Yellowhammer Roofing. Phew. Our guest lineup today, ladies and gentlemen.
I could have typed it out like Todd does his text, in all lowercase.
All lowercase, or like Coach Legg does in all his, and all uppercase.
All caps, yeah.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, it's September 3rd. You know what that means? It's college football game day for Auburn, Alabama, Mississippi State, Georgia. Bo Nix comes down to, I think they go to Athens. I don't know. They play somewhere.
I don't know.
Oregon and Georgia play. But here on the Tailgate Talk.
I didn't even know he was still playing. So.
Austin Turner, former Ardmore Tiger baseball player, is now hitting coach. Is that right?
Yes, hitting coach.
Hitting coach with Milwaukee Brewers. Now, looking forward to that conversation. Our local coaches, I've got to slow down, Tom. Johnny Johnson, the head baseball coach from James Clemens Jets, will be joining us. Coach Clint Woodfin, the head coach at East Limestone High School, will be joining us. Jonathan Snider from Ardmore, he'll be joining us. And we may have Coach Oscar Bonds in the studio today. That would be cool.
He told me he was coming in. So.
He's got a lot to brag about.
Yeah.
They put
63 things to brag about.
They put a butt whooping on Tharptown last night. But if you're a name like Tharptown, you need your butt whooped every now and then.
I don't know. I think they might be getting theirs whipped a lot.
So, could be. I
don't know.
And I think I mentioned, Coach Parker from Clements may be able to make it. We're hoping so. They took one on chin last night at Lauderdale County. Talked to Coach about that. We'll also have our Swami of the SEC joining us, Mr. A.P. Steadham. Todd the Bod has made it to his chair. Headphones are now on. Todd, welcome to the show.
Good morning, guys.
Good morning.
Got my eyes. I had to go back and get my glasses.
Hey, I got you. I know what you mean.
You old men that need glasses.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everybody can't have perfect vision like you, young.
That's right.
While he's got his glasses on his top of his nose, tip of his nose.
So let's toss it over to producer extraordinaire for Scores and More.
Scores and More, brought to you by P4 Physical Therapy, delivering world-class outpatient care with a purpose. Visit them on Facebook or online at p4physicaltherapy.com. Football scores from back on Thursday. Elkmont lost to Phil Campbell 58-20. Last night, in the Madison Bowl.
Yeah.
This actually ended up being a better game than I thought it might be.
As it started off.
Yeah, especially as it started off. But Bob Jones beat James Clemens 26-19. So after, I think, 4 years in a row, the Patriots finally finally pulled one out. It was Deschler over West Limestone 50-17. Tanner 63, Tharptown 0.
Butt whooping.
Mm-hmm. Fairview over East Limestone 42-14. Decatur beat Athens 26-14. Clements lost to Lauderdale County 49-6, and I think Lightning probably put them out of their misery.
Yeah, that was Lauderdale County was on Clements early and often. They sent every 10 men in a box.
Really?
Whatever Clements called, it didn't work.
Didn't matter running pass.
Kudos to Lauderdale County. Yeah.
And then Ardmore beat Brewer 37-20. That one was a pretty close one there for a while too. Congratulations to James Clemens Colton Payton. He has a baseball commitment to Wallace State.
Sweet.
So we can talk.
Anybody
to Coach.
goes to Wallace State, it's a sweet because that's a nice place.
It's a good place and good program.
Yes.
Yeah. So we can talk to Coach Johnson about
Storied
that.
career.
And since we couldn't get Coach McGee on for James Clemens, and we couldn't get Josh Carey on, we're going to kind of get the best of both worlds there.
Combine them.
Johnny is, of course, one of our commentators on James Clemens football, so he can talk about that. And then we get the baseball for the Jets.
You left out a score.
Yeah,
I don't know where Valley Head is, what their mascot is, or care to know. But all I do know is congratulations because they killed Decatur Heritage last night. The Eagles got stomped 57-35. So, way to go, Valley Head.
Give me some nuts. There we go, brother. Bunch of punks.
Okay.
All day long.
Hey, we talked about a couple of weeks ago, Brindley Mountain getting their first win.
Yeah, they got another one.
Got another one last night.
I think they said the first time in I don't know how many years they've had multiple wins.
Good for them. Good for those kids.
Season, yeah.
All right, so next week, our special guest, we're going to kind of have a make good visit with Gene Fruth and Jeff Idelson since we had such a hard time
over at
talking to them last week. So they're going to come back on, talk about grassroots baseball. And I think it's in October. We'll be live at the Ardmore Car Show. So I think that's the next time we'll be kind of out on the road, I think. Now, they've got the Sportsplex Car Show coming up. I can't remember if it's in October or not. So anyway, we'll probably be at that too. So there you go. Scores and more brought to you by P4 Physical Therapy.
That was good, Tim. That was a good segment.
It always is with Tim.
I know, right? He's
smooth talking.
Ordinary.
Throws out that information all over us.
That's right.
Can't beat him.
Whatever.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us, putting up with our foolishness and tomfoolery. I like that word. I've always liked tomfoolery because it's like
it's right
tomfoolery, All right. Well, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be back on the opposite side. You're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk on WKAC, the Big 1080.
Next week, we'll do a make-good visit with Gene Fruth and Jeff Idelson of Grassroots Baseball. We'll be back with more Applebee's Tailgate Talk after this. P4 Physical Therapy is a new outpatient provider offering community-based care with a unique partnership model that allows them to consistently deliver world-class outpatient care, emphasizing personalized hands-on treatment. Whether it's orthopedic, physical, geriatric, or manual therapy, sports or neuro rehab, telehealth, or most any type of muscle or joint pain, P4 Physical Therapy promises to treat you with integrity, compassion, faithfulness, and selflessness. Locations in Athens, Huntsville, and Winfield, Alabama, as well as Fayetteville and Knoxville, Tennessee. Look for them on Facebook or online at p4physicaltherapy.com.
From day one, First National Bank has been built on a strong foundation of community first. First to lend a helping hand, first to help with community events and fundraisers, first to support local students, athletic programs, and civic organizations, first to support events like United Way, Relay for Life, and many more charitable events, and most importantly, working for our great community. Without you, there'd be no First National Bank. Making communities great together, that's what we strive for.
Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Caution. The temperature isn't the only thing soaring this summer. Call Ardmore Telephone Company today and upgrade your internet to move faster than ever. If you're a current customer, we'd love to discuss our internet options so you can connect to everything you need. Give Ardmore Telephone Company a call at 800-830-9946 today. Fiber is not available in all areas.
Hey guys, this is Joanna Clem for CEI Bookstore and Truth Publications. I'd like to personally invite you to visit CEI Bookstore. While you're here, you'll find a wide selection of Bibles, gift items, trustworthy study materials, and more for you and your church. Our friendly staff will be happy to help you with your selections while you shop in the store. We even offer personalized Bible imprinting and gift wrapping. Not in the Athens area? Enjoy shopping with us online at truthbooks.com. CEI Bookstore and Truth Publications, taking his hand, helping each other home.
WKAC is the official radio station of Athens High football. You can hear the Golden Eagles online by going to WKAC1080.com, by listening on your WKAC Sports app, or on your Amazon Echo or Google Home device. Catch the replay on Saturday at noon, and then listen to the archives anytime on demand. Don't forget the Coach Cody Gross Show every Thursday morning at 10, and the Athens High Coaches Show later on at 1. Your official radio station for Athens High football, 1080 WKAC.
Hey guys, this is Max Howell. You listen to Applebee's Tailgate Talk.
And welcome back to Applebee's Tailgate Talk, ladies and gentlemen. We're live here on WKAC, the Big 1080. Tom McClung, old-time kid, alongside Todd the Bod Tomlin, producer extraordinaire Tim Lambert. We've got the head baseball coach from James Clemens Jets on the line, Coach Johnny Johnson. Welcome to the show, Coach.
Good morning, fellas. Glad to be back.
That's awesome.
Good to have you, man.
Talk a little bit, Todd. I got to hit the cough button here.
You got to hit the cough button.
Coke Zero went down the wrong way in the break, so hang on.
Well, Coach, first of all, great job, man, on color. I hope you're enjoying it. It sounds like you are. Of course, and I'm not going to bring this up. I'm not saying you're a jinx, but I know when I was doing color, JC was winning. That's all I'm just going to say. But moving past that, I'm joking, bro.
In the years past, and since they put me in the booth, it hadn't gone real well.
No, it hadn't. But it's not your fault. It's not your fault. I mean, James Clemens has played really 3 tough teams in a row, and and I don't know how much you're around the guys, and you're certainly not probably in the locker room unless it's during the day during practice. But I hope, man, 0-3, that's a tough start for any team. But I hope that they realize that they've played some really good teams, and they don't get down on themselves before it becomes a spiraling effect and affects the rest of the season.
Well, we've talked about that on the broadcast, and talked to that with the coaches too. Just that Clemens knew that the start of the season was going to be tough. They're down. They were down 2 or 3 linemen. On the offensive line, that has been tough to kind of figure out. Okay, which guys could play where and move guys from guard to tackle on the opposite side, right to left, and so they've had some problems to work through there. But Gardendale and Mountain Brook are really good programs in 6A.
Absolutely.
Then you go into a rivalry game, and you never know how that's going to go, and then you're down Geo.
Yeah.
At the last minute.
Yep. And then the rain comes.
We didn't have any.
Oh, y'all didn't get a drop?
Wow. Lost Kamari Pittman, in that game, who's our top receiver, went out with a leg injury.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Were beat up, and so offensively, I thought we competed really well considering what we were up against. I thought Ty Marsh, as a sophomore quarterback, came in and played excellent.
He did. He played earlier that first game. I think it was pretty well too when Gio couldn't perform.
Yeah. And the bottom is this, and we talked about this from the beginning. If they can get through these first 3. And still have some positivity about them and still keep fighting, the schedule sets up well for them to make a run in region play. Yeah. Because ultimately they're just 0-1, right?
Right, exactly. And that coaching staff they'll do a wonderful job of keeping those guys' spirits up and they just will. And the kids themselves, they're pretty resilient bunch. So.
And again, we saw quite a bit of success, and they played 6 or 7 sophomores on the field last night. At different. So, the future is definitely going to be bright. It's just a matter of some of these injuries and getting guys back healthy and really making a run in region.
Oh, go ahead, Tim. You were there. I'm sorry, I wasn't. I was listening, but I don't have much to contribute right here.
It's
okay.
Going in, we were talking about that. I thought the game was going to go worse than it did. So, I was just really surprised.
Well, the way that first half went, we stayed within shouting distance there early, and then late they had that kind of fluke play on the fumble that went right to their receiver, and he took off for a touchdown off the fumble, to end the half, and you felt, man, this could get away from us. And
I saw that on TV, and I was like, wow, that could break a team's back. But you know what? It didn't.
Well, we talked about coming out the second half, we had to get a stop because they had the ball first and then score to get us back into the game, and we did that exactly. Got the score, and then it was a battle. We actually outscored. I think they had one score in the second half, and so I thought our guys, we've been that way all three games. Second half, we've been much better, and so they to put two halves together, and I think they'll turn things around.
Yeah. And it's a good sign to have that second half the better half. I mean, honestly, you know what I mean?
Yes.
Because if you ever are behind, you can come back, and if you got the lead, you can expand it, or feel that way. Not know, but you can feel that way. So, and it just makes you stronger going into that fourth quarter.
Yeah, no doubt. And like I said, early in the first half, we didn't finish drives. Second half, we finished drives. And so we just got to do that early in the game.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And Nick, to stop the running game. We've been killed by two quarterbacks that can run with Gardner and last night Bob Jones. Their quarterback did a heck of a job running that read option, and we have struggled to get the quarterback on the ground. And
Coach, is it a tackling problem, a containment problem? I mean, what do you feel like? A little bit of both. I don't know.
I think it's going to be an issue anytime. Just Coach Kimbrough talked about this last night on the broadcast, just the number game. When you turn him into a running back, they've got 10 guys blocking your 11, and somebody's left open on the backside that's never going to get there anyway. Yeah. And so somebody's got to beat somebody on those plays, and we would get him contained on the outside, but he'd find a hole on the back end where a linebacker didn't get to a hole or something like that. And so getting our linebackers off blocks on that situation, I think, is going to be paramount going forward if we face another quarterback like that.
But Coach, the game ended within one score. For those of us who weren't there, was there a chance to maybe possibly tie it up or win the game?
No, we had the ball with under, I think we were at like 2:25, somewhere in that range. We had the ball back, and we drove down into their territory and thought, Ty Marsh hit, I think it was Devin Cooper on a post over the middle for about 35, 40 yards there to get into their territory around their 35, and had a chance, and then ended up going 4 and out. They brought the house on fourth down on about a 4th and 7. Ty was running for his life and threw one up incomplete, just was a little short off his back leg. And man, I can't say enough about that young man and how he competed. He didn't even know he was starting until Wednesday.
Wow.
And sophomore, and so really, really did a good job. Ended up being our Mellow Mushroom player of the game.
Oh, great.
Yeah. And Bob Jones could have scored there at the end. I mean, we gave him 45 yards on 3 penalties there.
After that 4th down, where we didn't get it,
they were deflated.
They had a big play, and then the next play we ended up with I think a face mask and 2 unsportsmanlike because there was some chirping going on and an argument. Somebody argued with the referee.
As in a rival game.
45 in one play got them down about our 5, I think, and they just took it.
Wow. Well, next week at Huntsville, I assume that'll be at Milton Frank.
No, it's at A&M.
Oh, that's right. That's even better. This is the big field, the bigger field.
Oh, it's a monster.
Yeah. Well, that'll be exciting.
Just because you're in a big stadium, but I'm going to be honest, it feels like it's empty over there for a high school game with that big track.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, everybody's kind of pretty far away. Even if you're in the front row, you're still not up there. Yeah,
and
it's
then
kind of an odd setup.
It's a high school crowd, not a college crowd, but it's a place to play. Can't complain.
Yeah.
But hopefully get on track against the Panthers.
Hope so.
Yep. Well, let's talk about baseball. I told them before, whenever we said you were coming on, I said we were kind of getting the best of both worlds. I mean, Coach McGee couldn't come on, so we're getting some James Clemens football. And Josh Carey couldn't come on, so we're getting baseball too. So
basketball trades none, isn't that what they
say? And you had a guy commit to Wallace State earlier this week.
We did. Colton Payton, our catcher, committed to Wallace State this week, and really proud for him and his family. He's a kid that moved in last year from Colorado, and I didn't know a ton about him when he got here, but man has really stepped in and done a great job for us behind the plate. Just an energy giver. I mean, just tons of energy behind the plate, and I think he's going to round out into one of our big leaders going into this season. And he's just a tough kid, and so I was proud of him to be able to commit to those guys.
Great. And I guess Wallace State recruited him as a catcher?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Good deal.
Hey, that's good.
Absolutely.
He does a good job.
I don't guess when is it in the school year that y'all can even begin throwing? Is it before January or is it around January?
Right now.
They've changed the rules so much, man. Like we couldn't touch a baseball when I was in school at this time. No,
not organized. No.
Well, yeah, we can do it in the backyard, but yeah, that's it.
Well, now they've got it where few years back they gave us some 4-on-1 time where we could do small group instruction, and now they've changed that to where we've got like 10 weeks of our 13-week off season to where we can do 2 hours a week of full practice.
Nice. Nice. That is nice.
So we can get in the weight room and do our conditioning and stuff we want to do, and then we can spend 2 hours a week actually doing skill development and doing team practice type stuff. So we don't do a whole lot of team stuff right now. We take our skill days, and it's really individual skills. The infielders get infield work, the outfielders get outfield work, catchers, and then we do some cage work too. And so this is kind of your development time of the year, not necessarily putting in bunk coverages and all that stuff. It's, hey, what do you need as an individual? How can we improve you and get you ready for the season?
Yep.
Coach, so the 2 hours or the weight room doesn't count on the 2 hours of
No. We can lift and run and do that as much as we want to. It's just if we've got bats, balls, machines, hitting ground balls, that kind of stuff, what would be considered skill development or team baseball stuff, then we have to limit it to 2 hours a week, and we get 10 of those weeks throughout the year. So you got to kind of pick and choose when you do it.
Yeah.
Excellent.
That is good, though. I mean, they just, much better. Oh, absolutely. By the time and that's another thing, back when we were in school, the sports, you didn't have a break between each one, depending on if, say if you went to playoffs in football, basketball, et cetera. But man, I played all three. You almost can't do that anymore because one rolls into the other so quick. Baseball starts so much earlier now in high school than it did when we were in school. I mean, we played all the way up till graduation day practically. Where y'all are
prom, played through prom.
As far as that goes, spring baseball for 8-year-olds is almost over by the time school ends. So,
and it's really crazy the way it is now, and it's really not fair to those kids that want to do it. Multiples. The small schools, you don't have a choice. You got to share athletes. Our school is a little different because you got a bigger pool to choose from. But and like basketball's 13 weeks long regular season, where ours is 8 to 8.5. Football's is 11, and then basketball's like 13 weeks long regular seasons. And a lot of overlap, and then they won't allow us to go later. We've tried as a coach association and to push the athletic association to put back away from basketball, but they don't want to get near graduation. They just won't do it.
And it makes no sense, and I mean it really doesn't, because like you just mentioned, 8.5 weeks long, and you're playing outside, and when you're first beginning to play, it's freezing cold
on the ground,
and
snow.
Then you roll right into spring rain. And it's just just move it back. We started around spring break. March. Right, Tom?
Yes.
I mean, somewhere around in there.
First weekend in March.
Yeah,
is what we
and man, like I remember teams and like somebody in Huntsville used to have big tournaments. We never participated, but Bible school would go to Florida, and and we would play in a little tournament around here. I went to East, and and it seemed like it was so much better. I don't remember ever having to wrap up in a sweater.
No.
And thinking, man, this is freezing.
But the most we had was those long mid forearm
pitching sleeves.
Yeah, pitching sleeves. Yeah, shirts underneath. That was it.
Yeah.
Well, I promise you, we've become experts at staying warm in layers.
I'm sure. But at least now you've got all that Under Armour stuff and all that cool, like the heat wear and all that great stuff. We didn't have all that.
But the parents never had to bring gaslit heaters.
Yeah, heaters. And
twin.
And you're drinking hot chocolate.
Drinking hot chocolate and coffee. So that was football season.
Yeah. But so I'm glad y'all get that opportunity.
Absolutely.
That makes a big difference.
Yeah, well, the problem was back then is we had the old cotton stuff instead of this dry fit. So as soon as you got a little sweaty, it turned into an ice bag anyway.
It sure did, didn't it?
Stick to you.
The good old days,
Coach.
The
good old days. Well, all right.
Well, Coach, thanks for joining us, talking a little football, a little baseball, and we appreciate you.
No, enjoy. Thank you for what you guys do.
All right, buddy. Take care. Have a great week.
Yep, y'all too. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Coach Johnny Johnson, the head baseball coach, color commentator for James Clemens Jets. It's time to take a break. You're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk on WKAC, the Big 1080.
Congratulations to Ardmore's Grace Betterton, our Applebee's Neighborhood Athlete of the Week. Grace picks up a gift card from the Athens Applebee's and a Tailgate Talk t-shirt from Gotcha Covered Screen Printing and More. Go to tailgatetalk.net and enter your nominations for future polls. We'll be back with more Applebee's Tailgate Talk after this.
Limestone Drug, located on the square in downtown Athens, is your local Health Mart pharmacy. As your local Health Mart pharmacy, Limestone Drug is locally owned and has a personal commitment to the community. Limestone Drug honors prescription drug plans, including Medicare. They accept flex spending cards and fill prescriptions in minutes, not hours. Limestone Drug knows there's nothing more important than your family's well-being. So shop Limestone Drug at 200 West Market Street in Athens, your local Health Mart pharmacy. Limestone Drug, caring for you and about you.
Your roof is the first line of defense for your home. Do you have water stains on your ceiling? Paint peeling off your walls? Shingles missing? It's probably time for you to get your free roof inspection. Locally owned and operated, licensed, and insured, Yellowhammer Roofing is the Yellowhammer State hometown team. Yellowhammer Roofing. Let our family protect what's most important to you, your family. 256-232-1933 or online at yellowhammerroofing.com.
Quality Vinyl is on your side. Quality Vinyl in Athens has been in business since 1987, offering great prices and service the whole time. What has changed is the technology of their products. From vinyl siding and shutters, sunrooms and screen rooms, to doors, windows, columns, and rails. Quality Vinyl, located on the corner of Highway 72 and Reed Road in Athens, just 6 miles west of I-65. Call 232-2665 or visit them online at qualityvinyl.net. Quality Vinyl is on your side. Customers agree. There's just something about Scooter's Coffee. Since 1998, their mission has been to keep folks happy by helping them scoot in and scoot out quickly while roasting their coffee from the top 10% of specialty beans in the world. Choose from hot drinks like their Caramelicious and Honey Vanilla Latte to cold offerings like the Strawberry Acai Quencher and Iced Mocha. They've also got smoothies, teas, and blenders. You'll agree, too. There's just something about Scooter's Coffee. Amazing people, amazing drinks, amazingly fast. Scooter's Coffee, 547 Highway 72 West in Athens at Town Center. Scooter's Coffee. If you're looking for an alternative to the insane prices of buying furniture, appliances, and electronics outright, why not consider rent-to-own at Buddy's Home Furnishings in Athens? High quality at low prices. Top brands like GE, Maytag, Samsung, and Ashley. No credit approval and flexible payment options. See what you can take home today. Visit Buddy's Home Furnishings in Athens at 600 South Jefferson Street in the Athens Shopping Center. Go online to buddyrents.com or call 206-9505. Buddy's Home Furnishings. Keep up with local school, travel, youth, and amateur sports throughout the week with the Play Action Sports Update. Listen weekday mornings at 7:30 and weekday afternoons at 1:30 and 3:30 as we bring you the latest scores, news, and announcements from Limestone County and surrounding communities. That's the Play Action Sports Update 3 times a day, Monday through Friday on 1080 WKAC.
Hey, this is James Clemens boys basketball coach Frankie Sullivan, and you're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk.
Custard. Oh, custard. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to. Sorry about that. Welcome back to Applebee's Tailgate Talk, live here on WKAC, the Big 1080. Tom McClung, old Tomcat here, alongside Todd the Bod Tomlin, producer extraordinaire Tim Lambert, and we've got him on the First National Bank hotline, just like the previous caller on the First National Bank hotline, making communities great. Coach Clint Woodfin, the head coach of the East Limestone High School Indians. Coach, welcome to the show.
Hey, guys. Good morning and happy Saturday. College football season is here, so I hope you guys will be in front of the TV or checking out a college game near you guys. Yeah. Man.
I am a duck today, man. I'm a
duck.
Quack,
today.
quack.
I guess you remember what was it? Roll Duck, Roll Quack when Auburn played Oregon.
I had so many logos when Auburn and Oregon played. I turned y'all's logo, green and yellow, and I was all about it.
Yeah,
Roll Tide.
Big disappointment, I'm sure, but that's okay.
Well, I can tell you this: me being an Auburn fan, of course, my two favorite teams are Auburn, whoever plays Alabama, but I also got a third team, and that's whoever plays Georgia.
Exactly.
So, there we go.
So, well, and of course, it adds a little fuel to the fire because my wife went to college at UGA.
Really?
Oh,
so,
nice.
Yeah. So usually this time of year it gets a little heated.
Well, that's why. So my sister and my two nephews are huge Georgia fans, and I really don't have a problem with Georgia. I really don't, but they make me have a problem with Georgia.
No doubt.
Yeah. So
they're family.
Yeah. So
they're too much like their uncle and brother.
No. Well, Coach, rough one last night down at Fairview, 42-14. Tell us a little bit about it. It's a lot of points to give up.
It is. We had we played well first half. We had it was 21-14 with about 2 minutes to go in the first half. We didn't do a good job of managing the clock right there before the half. Gave them another score going into halftime, and felt like we were in a position where felt good about offensively, defensively, what we needed to do to make adjustments, and we just came back the second half, and we just didn't get it done. And hats off to Fairview and Coach Redding. He has done an absolutely great job with that program. And we knew going into it what we were up against. It's the team who went 12-2 last year.
Yeah.
Got a unbelievable run game, probably one of the most physical run games we'll see all year. Definitely one of the best running backs we'll see all year. Just tough physical kids, and we got down there and we just couldn't get it done offensively or defensively.
Coach, talk a little bit about your skill players, your quarterback and tailbacks, and how are things gelling with the offensive line? You got a late start, to be honest, to be fair. How do you see your offense gelling as the year has progressed?
I think we'll continue to get better. There were a lot of different things we improved on last night, and I think just over the course of time, and you're constantly going back and reevaluating people and schemes and situations and making sure we're putting our kids in the best possible situation to be successful. And I think over the course of the year we will continue to get better, as we already have. But I think it's a work in progress. Look, at the end of the day, we're going to have a physical, hard-nosed run game, and that's something that East has always had and we will always continue to have. And so we had it in parts, but going back and watching the film last night, we're in a situation where it's 3rd and 3 or 3rd and 5. And we can't pick up the third down because either it's a bad throw or it's a bad route, and we're one player and one position away from being able to put some drives together where we can actually move the ball and do what we need to do. And that's the frustrating thing, because you got 10 guys that do their job and one guy all of a sudden misses a block or doesn't do his part, and all of a sudden you're like, man, if we'd have had that back, this is what could have happened. So, but it's always something you go back and you learn from. I told our kids last night at the end of the game, I said, look, we'll go back and reevaluate everything and every player and every person and everything that we do to make sure that we got the best 11 people on the field doing exactly what it needs to do. It starts with me, and go through and evaluate everything we're doing and making sure we're doing everything we can to be successful.
Yeah, well, I mean, only 3 games into the season. Here you are, new coach, staff. Kids know one another, but now they're learning new schemes, new offense, new defenses. So that acclimation period is still kind of floating around out there, and I think each week you will see things become, and like you even mentioned, you're still learning the kids, so and what they can do, what they can't do. So plug and play who in different positions and things of that nature. And you will find the right people at some point to get that 3rd and 5, that 3rd and 3, and be able to keep that drive alive. And at least those things are on film, and they can see that, and they can go, yeah, you're right, Coach. If I'd made that block, or if I'd had thrown that ball right, or whatever, ran the route better. But, I mean, is it any one thing? Not one thing. I know there's multiple things, but, I mean, do you feel like there's one group, not trying to put them on the burner there, that needs to improve more so than the other?
No, I don't think so. I think it's just across the board. Hey, look, we've got kids. We've got kids. Well, and one of the things I told our coaches last night, there's no such thing as moral victories, but you go back after a loss like that, and it forces you to go back and look at everything you're doing. Not to go back to reinvent the wheel, but just say, look, let's go back and let's make sure we got we're doing everything we can do to make sure these kids are in the best possible situation to be successful. Look, we got kids that are, and our kids are amazing because they're responsive, they're coachable, they're hardworking kids. They'll do everything we ask them to do, and so that part's already done. We got that part. It's our job as coaches to make sure we go in and we have got everything covered with our kids, and and that's kind of the thing you walk away with the loss like this. It's like, look, let's just go back and let's reevaluate everything, and let's now all of a sudden take what we've learned from film and from the game, and let's go get better. And so that's what I told my kids last night. I said, we will have a plan for you guys come Monday, and but just make sure nothing's going to change. We're going to be physical. We're going to be coachable, and we're going to put you guys in a situation to be successful. And look, I'll tell you what, every eye was on me, and our kids said yes, sir, and I think they'll be ready to go come Monday. We're coming back to our place, and then we're back on the road at Russellville. And then we have a big home game versus West Limestone, non-region game versus West Limestone, and then we have our bye week. So it's going. We've got 3 really, really good games coming up, and I think we can focus on, and I know we can get better, and I know we can compete, do what we need to do.
Well, speaking of next week, so you got Brewer, who's 1-2, 0-1 in the region, who lost to Ardmore last night, 37-20. If you had time much to look at what Brewer does or doesn't do?
I don't. I typically don't look at the next opponent until the weekend, and haven't had a chance to do it yet. I know. Just having to compete at 7-on-7s at Brewer and being around those kids before. I've never been to JC. We've never played Brewer, but we've been over there several times with some other competitions and whatnot over the summer. Look, they got tough kids, and those kids work hard, and I know they're going to be prepared and well coached. And for us, it's good to be back at home, and we can kind of put this game behind us and get from our fans and make sure we do what we need to do. It was the one thing I will say about our guys is after the Central Florence game, we did an unbelievable job versus the run, and I had some things we got to work out in the passing game, but we did a great job of tackling and pursuing the ball. And last night we continued to get better at that, which was a bright spot. And again, they had a huge physical run game, really talented running back, but our guys are doing a better job of tackling, pursuing the ball, and so that was a bright spot from last night. I know that will continue to improve and get better.
Let's go ahead and do our senior spotlight. We've done Justin Robinson, Fortune Wheeler, Alex Mason, and Jamison Drake.
Yeah, if I could do one for Josh Wilcox, number 55, he's our outside linebacker, and Josh he's had a really, really good start to his season. He's a guy that we definitely count on. He's our outside linebacker that plays into the boundary. He is a relentless player. Practice Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, doesn't matter if we're in helmets and shorts or full pads or if it's Friday night or Monday. He is a relentless player who just continues to improve and get better. And I'm glad he's an East Limestone Indian. He's physical, will put his face on somebody. He's been a huge bright spot for us defensively, and so just very, very proud of him. I know he'll continue to improve and get better, and I think he'll continue to be a major force for us on defense.
Well, Coach, thanks for joining us, buddy. Next week, whoop up on some of them Mountain boys. We always like to see Brewer get beat. So,
I got you, guys. Well, hey, I appreciate y'all. Appreciate what y'all do for our community here in Limestone County, and best of luck to you guys through the rest of the year.
Thanks, brother. Appreciate what you do for the kids.
Good luck next week, buddy.
Yes, sir, man. See y'all.
Thanks, Coach. Ladies and gentlemen, Coach Clint Woodfin, of the head coach of the East Limestone High School Indians. We're going to come back on the opposite side with Coach Oscar Bonds of the Tanner High School Rattlers, who's on a roll. Ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk on WKAC, the Big 1080.
Go to your Amazon Echo and say Play Tailgate Talk, or your Google Home device and say Play Applebee's Tailgate Talk, and hear the show in crystal clear quality. We'll be back with more Tailgate Talk after this.
From day one, First National Bank has been built on a strong foundation of community first. First to lend a helping hand, first to help with community events and fundraisers, first to support local students, athletic programs, and civic organizations, first to support events like United Way, Relay for Life, and many more charitable events, and most importantly, working for our great community. Without you, there'd be no First National Bank. Making communities great together, that's what we strive for.
Equal housing lender, member FDIC. When things go wrong, State Farm is here to help life go right. And Agent Michael Howell is the one who can help get things back on track. See Michael for your auto, home, life, health, property, and business insurance, and be ready for those unexpected twists that life throws at you. Ask about banking and annuities, too. Call State Farm Agent Michael Howell at 232-5400. Visit him online at michaelhowell.net or go see him at 903 South Clinton Street in Athens. State Farm Agent Michael Howell. There when things go wrong, here to help life go right. Real estate, real easy. That's the motto at Innovative Realty Solutions, and providing the highest quality real estate services is their mission. With sound real estate advice, the latest information, and a skilled analysis of the real estate market, Innovative Realty Solutions offers a better home buying and selling experience with a fair, ethical, and, yes, innovative process. Innovative Realty Solutions. Visit them on Facebook, online at innovativerealtysolutions.com, at 100 North Clinton Street in Athens, or call 230-5950. Innovative Realty Solutions. Real estate, real easy. To many folks, the words healthy and delicious aren't interchangeable. Golden Eagle Nutrition in Athens is here to change your mind. They're the spot for healthy and, yes, delicious shakes and drinks, good for a meal replacement or just a pick-me-up. Low-calorie, low-sugar, low-carb, and low-fat shakes like the turtle cheesecake or banana pudding. Loaded energy teas like the Blue Hawaiian or Georgia Peach. Golden Eagle Nutrition. Call 867-5601 or stop by 616 Highway 31 South, Suite F, just north of Walmart. Oh, and they deliver too. Golden Eagle Nutrition, 867-5601.
Bring the man in motion across the line of scrimmage. They give it to him on the sweep play. He's outside, got a little bit of room now. Down the sideline, cuts it back. He's angling for the end zone, and he will score. Wow. Touchdown.
Join us this football season for Limestone County football, streamed right to your computer or mobile device on the Play Action Sports app. You can also hear it on your Amazon Echo by saying, Alexa, open Play Action Sports. Listen later on demand or download anytime you want by going to the archives at pasnetwork.net. Limestone County football from Play Action Sports.
Hi, this is Chris Q, formerly of the Alabama Crimson Tide and Indianapolis Colts, and you're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk.
Welcome back to Applebee's Tailgate Talk, ladies and gentlemen. Tom McClung, old-time kid here alongside Todd the Bod Tomlin, producer extraordinaire Tim Lambert. We're live here in the Applebee's studios. They will be opening in about 13 minutes.
Sure will.
Yes, sir. Serving some fine food. Y'all come on in and join us here on Highway 72 in Athens, Alabama. Well, we don't have him on the hotline. We've got him live. The head coach of the Tanner Rattlers, Coach Oscar Bonds, is joining us.
And before we move on, I want to say, Coach come walking in here. He looks like he could put the pads back on and just blaze down that sideline.
He looks like he's been
in the gym doing something.
Slinging irons. What
Come on, says. Coach. Got that beard trimmed up, looking good. I don't know if it's the ladies or I don't know what's up. But anyway, you look great, Coach. So.
I appreciate it.
Winning games, rolling over people. Talk about last night, man.
I just thought we played good from top to bottom on offense, defense, and special teams. We try to make a big focus on defense, improving our defense, and being better on kickoff team, covering kicks and stuff. And I thought we did a real good job.
Yeah, and you bring up a good point because not a lot of schools, especially 2A schools, have kickers that can kick that ball in the end zone on the kickoff. Yeah. So you definitely going to have to cover some kicks, and you can't allow them to be running the ball out to the 40 or 50 or beyond and set them up. So obviously, holding Tharp Town to 0. defense and special teams did a really good job.
Right, that's big. We actually got 3 really good kickers this year, so
I know, right?
And a plus for us.
Yeah, I don't know if that's because of soccer or I don't know.
Thank Coach Matt Smith a little bit for help on that. I don't know. You may be the kicking guru, Coach.
No, I ain't the kicking guru, but those guys they can kick the ball.
Yeah.
So.
That's awesome.
So you're coming off a win from May Jemison. That was a home game. And then you got an away region game in Tharptown. And, man, just go over there and smoke them, 63-0.
And that's not an easy drive, is it?
I got to look up where Tharptown is.
It's basically in Russellville.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
It's on the outskirts.
Man, nobody want to go over there for nothing. I'm just glad y'all went over there and whooped them, though. I mean, at least y'all did what y'all wanted to do. Was there a good crowd last night? Did y'all bring
we had a pretty good crowd for the game and stuff like that. But I was extremely impressed with how we played. I was concerned about us coming out flat.
Oh yeah, after a big win like that.
But we came out and took care of business.
What was the score at halftime?
I think 42-0.
Okay, so wow.
Were you able to get some young guys some playing time?
The second half.
Everybody
played, and we got a lot of film, so we can kind of evaluate some of those younger guys and see how much they can help us going forward.
Well, that's a benefit, isn't it? That's great.
Sir.
And kids get rewarded for all that hard work they do in practice.
Right.
Now they're out on the field getting to participate under the lights on a Friday night.
Right.
So, yeah, good for them as well. So, yeah, that's a win-win all the way around for everybody.
Big win.
So this puts you 1-0 in region. Is that accurate?
1-0 in the region.
That's great.
Now, next week, Falkville at home, right?
Yep.
Right.
2-1, 1-0. They beat Sheffield last night 32-7. So, obviously, they can score a few points. So, that defense is going to be crucial once again, isn't it?
Correct. I feel like as long as we play defense, we'll be fine. We're pretty good on offense. I think we done scored probably averaging about 45 to 50 points a game. So, if we just continue to get better on defense and tackle, we'll be fine.
As far as offense goes, I mean, is it a run and pass? Or
we're pretty diverse. We can run or pass, and our quarterback, he can actually pull it down and run it and make big plays with his legs. So.
Yes, he can, yeah. That's a big weapon to have, too, isn't it?
Yes, 3 good receivers, good running backs. So we're solid across the board. O-line, I mean, last week I think a running back had 320 yards rushing. So
they're doing their job.
O-line is doing a really good job.
And against a team that was probably a little bit bigger than y'all, I would guess.
Yeah, it's a little bit bigger. Yeah, they have a few more players.
I would hope they would be as big of a school as that is.
Yeah.
I don't even know where I was at. Oh, I was at Clements West. I was doing their game, and I kept on keeping up y'all score, and I was just like, wow, man.
Yeah.
I mean, that's impressive for a 2A. What are they, 6A?
Yes.
Yeah, they're 6A.
That's
it turned into a shootout. Halftime was only 19-6.
I imagine it was hard for at least a couple, 3 days to get the kids' feet both back on the ground.
There's a lot of plays in the game.
Yeah.
I bet, yeah.
So after a game like that, do you go back at it hard Monday, or is it more? Because 61 points and 63 points, 2 weeks in a row.
Right.
Does that affect the legs on the offensive players, or are they ready to go?
They love offense. They be geared up for offense. I just trying to get them to love defense.
And see, I was always the other way around.
Yeah,
I wanted to hit
defense.
somebody.
Yeah.
I wanted to kill them versus get hit. I mean,
yeah.
But we usually try to get out there at Monday through Wednesday. We do a little bit of tackling every day, so we always trying to fine tune, make sure we in our right places and still
that's
trying
the big
to get better
thing.
on offense.
Stay at home, man.
Yeah,
stay at home.
Stay at home.
Do your job.
Always try to fine tune the offense and get better, because eventually we'll play a team that's going to slow us down. So we're going to have to be able to stop people.
Yeah, that's a great point. We were talking a little bit off air about I was kind of whining about seeing a lot of missed tackles on TV on the college level and, of course, high school level.
Right.
Because of some of the rule changes that's gone on the last few years, do you find it as a coach to teach it? Is it harder to teach corrective tackling? I mean, because it's a fine line between a lot of things, right? Can't hit low, can't hit high, don't hit there, don't do that.
I don't think it's a problem. It's just sometimes it's questionable calls. If an offensive guy lowers his head and our guy hit him, they're probably going to give the defensive guy is going to get the penalty for targeting.
Yeah. Well, and it's not even just that. I saw a call the other night. Receiver catches the ball coming out of the backfield, makes the catch. He's looking back at the quarterback.
He didn't have a chance to defend himself.
Well, no, he did. He took 2 steps. But as he's turning to move, and of course the radio people can't see what I'm doing, but I'm moving. and as soon
it's beautiful. Y'all should see it.
The cornerback had already committed to the tackle. But and then, like you said, he kind of lowered his helmet. And sure enough, targeting on the corner, and they actually threw him out of the game. And he was like one of their best defensive players.
That's tough.
What was he supposed to do? You can't. Once you've committed, you're not pulling back all that force.
Right.
You can't stop it. It's moving him forward. So I don't know. There's got to be some common sense involved in some of this stuff, and it's just been thrown out the window. I know helmet to helmet stuff looks terrible and hard.
We know what intentional contact helmet to helmet.
But it's not intentional anymore. Now it's just if it's helmet to helmet, it's just targeting. They took that intentional part out, didn't they? I believe. They still have an intentional. But
the coach is trying to avoid to go down that road.
They change them every week, year. So
yeah. So, Coach, next week you got we talked Fallville.
Yeah, Fallville.
Fallville at home. A little bit.
Much about it?
Is that homecoming?
It's actually home.
Oh boy.
We don't play at home again for about 3 weeks. So
okay.
Ooh, wow.
Yeah.
So you
got Labor Day and homecoming this week.
Oh, that's right.
Mm-hmm.
I tell you a story when you guys played Lauderdale County. We done the game, and Big Darryl Howard down there on the defensive line.
Mm-hmm.
What number is he?
55.
55. That's right. I said I think I know his dad. So I get out there and there's Carl Parham Sr. and then Darryl Howard out there, the guys that I went to school with. And we're talking, we're laughing, hugging. I ain't seen him like forever. I said, Darryl, is that your boy out there, number 55? No, that's my grandson.
Oh
man. You make old Tom feel old, dude.
Oh, wow. See, I wouldn't have thought that either.
I know, right?
Yep.
But my son's 32. He's capable of having a kid,
Yeah,
He's age-wise, So, but that just shows us getting older.
Oh,
but you got, I love the kids. Love to be able to know that, hey, I went to school with that guy's daddy.
I saw Tanner star Greg Yarber the other day.
Did you really?
Yeah, I know Greg.
He helps out, I think, sometimes with the basketball program, but and he's actually going to help out at Clemens this year, so you may see him sometime.
Really? That's great.
He had the opportunity anyway to help out middle school. So.
That'd be good.
Yep, he was a good one. Well,
yes,
Coach, man, we'll be rooting for you. Always are. And now this is a region game, right?
Region game,
okay.
It's a big game.
I guess going into the 3 games on the road, y'all need to secure this one for sure.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We'll go to Sheffield and actually 2 games in a row. It'll be Sheffield and Columbia before we come back home against Haddon.
Okay.
Yeah.
Playing in big schools, man. Columbia's 6A too, correct?
Yeah, we done played them the last 2 years, so we just kept it going.
Might as well.
Good call.
Senior Spotlight, we've done Jarek Thompson and Trevor Peoples.
Let's do Malachi Jones.
Okay.
Malachi Jones is a senior. He's been flagged with tons of injuries. He messed his labrum up, so he's pretty much might be done for the whole season again. And he got injured last year, but he's a great leader, and he helps the younger guys that play linebacker, which one of them is his brother. So he's been a great addition to the program.
Well, that's awesome. Well, Coach, thank you so much for coming in. Not just joining us on the phone, but always enjoying you here in the studios at Applebee's, dude. Great talking to you. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to take a quick break. You're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk on WKAC, the Big 1080.
Hear Applebee's Tailgate Talk anywhere you go by downloading the Tailgate Talk app for your Android or iPhone. We'll be back with more after this. Quality Vinyl is on your side. Quality Vinyl in Athens has been in business since 1987, offering great prices and service the whole time. What has changed is the technology of their products. From vinyl siding and shutters, sunrooms and screen rooms, to doors, windows, columns, and rails. Quality Vinyl, located on the corner of Highway 72 and Reed Road in Athens, just 6 miles west of I-65. Call 232-2665 or visit them online at qualityvinyl.net. Quality Vinyl is on your side.
Caution. The temperature isn't the only thing soaring this summer. Call Ardmore Telephone Company today and upgrade your internet to move faster than ever. If you're a current customer, we'd love to discuss our internet options so you can connect to everything you need. Give Ardmore Telephone Company a call at 800-830-9946 today. Fiber is not available in all areas.
P4 Physical Therapy is a new outpatient provider offering community-based care with a unique partnership model that allows them to consistently deliver world-class outpatient care, emphasizing personalized hands-on treatment. Whether it's orthopedic, physical, geriatric, or manual therapy, sports or neuro rehab, telehealth, or most any type of muscle or joint pain, P4 Physical Therapy promises to treat you with integrity, compassion, faithfulness, and selflessness. Locations in Athens, Huntsville, and Winfield, Alabama, as well as Fayetteville and Knoxville, Tennessee. Look for them on Facebook or online at p4physicaltherapy.com. Daly & Son Car Care is Ardmore's only one-stop auto repair and tire shop. Whether it's major mechanic or brake work or routine maintenance like an oil change or lube job, Daly & Son Car Care has been satisfying customers all over with their fast and friendly service. They're also your headquarters for quality Cooper tires. Stop by and see Wayne, Nikki, or Dale at 25600 Main Street in Ardmore, Tennessee, or call them at 931-427-4651. They're on Facebook, too. Daly & Son Car Care, open Monday through Friday, 7:30 till 5, and Saturday, 7:30 till noon.
Takes the snap. He's going to roll out to the far side. He's going to throw it off his back foot deep. He's got a man. Touchdown! James Clemens!
Be listening for James Clemens High School football this season as the Jets take on the best in Class 7A competition. You can hear every featured game streamed live online at pasnetwork.net, on your Amazon Echo device by saying, Alexa, open Play Action Sports, or on your Play Action Sports app, and later on demand. You can also hear the replays Sunday afternoons on WKAC Radio. Join us for exciting coverage of James Clemens Jets football this season from Play Action Sports.
Hey, this is East Limestone girls basketball coach Jessica Thompson, and you're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk.
Welcome back to Applebee's Tailgate Talk, ladies and gentlemen. We're live here on WKAC, the Big 1080. Tom McClung, old Tomcat here alongside Todd the Bod Tumlin, producer extraordinaire Tim Lambert. And ladies and gentlemen, hang on just a second, Austin. Ladies and gentlemen, they brought our appetizers to the table. And I swear it's amazing what you can do with deep fried chicken flesh.
Coach Bonds didn't hang around.
Coach Bonds should have hung just a little bit longer.
No, he was going to barbecue.
Deep fried potatoes with some salt. And in honor of Bama Zach, we got the mozzarella sticks there. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, enough about the food. We've got the Tailgate Talk special guest segment brought to you by Yellow Hammer Roofing. An old Ardmore native by the name of Austin Turner, currently hitting coach with Milwaukee Brewers. Coach Turner, welcome to the show, man.
Hey, glad to be here, guys. Really appreciate y'all having me.
So, congratulations on being appointed for the hitting coach there in the Dominican Summer League. That's
dude,
if you couldn't find a better place to have to do that, I guess I could have sent you to Minnesota.
Uh-oh.
That I was what I'm doing right now, I'd have called you crazy. So it's fun. It was an experience. Definitely eye-opening in a lot of ways, but I thoroughly enjoyed it. So it's been fun.
Well, Coach, I hope it brings you just a little bit of a Southern comfort to hear a little Southern accent again.
Oh, no idea. It hit me when I got to Atlanta. All right, I'm back.
So, tell us how your story has been gone. What year did you graduate Ardmore, and how everything progressed? We want to hear Austin Turner's history.
So I graduated in 2013, and then I went on to play at Alabama A&M in Huntsville. Played there a couple years, battled a lot of injury, and then ended up walking away from baseball as a whole for a year. I ended up starting a travel ball organization with a couple of friends of mine, Elliot Bush from Fayetteville, who's been my mentor since high school, and he's kind of helped me navigate the professional realm. Helped me get really close to a lot of the local kids and kind of just kept me in the game. And then I had the opportunity when one of my teammates got the head coaching job at A&M to go back and be his volunteer assistant. I realized I couldn't do both travel ball and that, so I went the college route. I was there for 2.5 years, then COVID hit, and I went to John A. Logan College in Southern Illinois. It's a top 10 JUCO, really good program. They put out a lot of talent. That's kind of like the first time I experienced what real baseball talent in front of me looked like, wow. at that age.
Well, and it's great exposure for you too as a coach,
Oh yeah, absolutely. it's crazy how many junior college guys are getting into the pro ranks right now. But I actually interviewed with St. Louis in 2019, and I was a little too young. They really liked me. I stayed in contact, and that kind of got my interest in joining the pro circuit. And I just got really lucky last summer. I was in Wilmington, North Carolina, in the Coastal Plain League, which is a top-tier collegiate summer league, and just made the right connection. Brian Young out of Memphis, and he kind of helped me get my foot in the door. And from there, he said, he's like, I'll help you, but you gotta bring it home. And I was fortunate to get with Milwaukee, that's a story in its own self. They had all the interview or the application emails was getting phished, so it was going to everybody's spam email.
Wow.
So I had no idea. And my dad had actually went out to Phoenix with me to work a showcase, and we're sitting. We just got off a helicopter tour of the Grand Canyon, and we get inside and I get a text from the Brewers and like, hey man, we haven't heard back from you. We just want to make sure you weren't interested. And I'm like, what are you talking about? I haven't seen that. And so, long story short, it went spam, and I got the stuff they wanted sent in, and the hitting coordinator actually left the Monday after I did that. So I'm sitting here waiting for the interview call, and I haven't heard from her. And I'm like, man, what's going on? Like, is it in the spam again? I'm checking everything. Yeah. Come to find out, she left to go be with the Houston Astros as their director of player development. So, which is a really awesome opportunity for her and all women in sports. But
yeah. Coach Turner, here are hurdles. You must jump them.
And got through that and went and spent it was crazy. I got officially hired in December. Paperwork had to wait till after the holiday. Like mid-January, they flew me out to Arizona. I did all my physical and work skill stuff. And then like the next day, they're like, hey, we need you to get your passport. So I had to kind of trick that into play, get that expedited on the emergency trip status, where you got to go to Atlanta 7 hours before. And then they're like, hey, you're going to the DR. So didn't really get a lot of turnaround time. And I've been home probably, I think this is day 13 since January. So I'm soak it up, and it worked out to where Biloxi was in town. So that's what I've been doing.
Good for you, man. That is a whirlwind.
Mm-hmm.
That was just a lot of God in that right there, man. Kind of moving hurdles out of the way or opening them up, or however you want to look at it, I guess.
It's like every time a door opens, you're like, man, is this one closing? Like, did I even have
Wow. Well, before we move on to more baseball, I wanted to ask you this. I had seen somewhere where you had helped out with a couple of Alzheimer's walks there at the Botanical Gardens here in Huntsville, Alabama, back when I guess your A&M days. Were you particularly touched by Alzheimer's in your family? Like, what got you involved in that particular organization? And
that was something that was done through A&M.
Okay.
And I was raised to always bring awareness to things, to everything you can in the right way. And I haven't really been touched personally with Alzheimer's. We've had your typical, the cancer and the dementia in the family, but nothing of that. But I enjoy helping bring awareness to a lot of things.
That's awesome. That's phenomenal. I was just curious.
I've always been told, man, it costs $0 to be a decent human being. So I try to.
Yeah.
So.
Well, good deal. Well, getting back to the baseball part of it, just real quick, what was your time like? I know it was fairly brief, but with the Wilmington Sharks. I mean, Cape Fear, Carolinas and whatever, right? Carolinas, isn't it? Yeah. I mean, that kind of baseball. I'm sure there was a lot of, not shenanigans, but with those kind of games, man.
We've seen the movies. We know what's happening.
Yeah, I mean, there's always
Bull Durham.
Yeah, there's all this outside stuff going on. But I mean, did you enjoy it?
Oh, I loved it. Wilmington is a very beautiful area. That whole Carolina Beach area is really, really beautiful. Yeah. And there's a lot of stuff to do. A lot of stuff that you can get in trouble with that we had to keep in the movies. But at the end of the day, you got to remember you're coaching kids out there, and they're just trying to enjoy summer. And the biggest challenge with that level and with summer ball is just to get guys extra opportunities that maybe didn't play a lot in their season, or maybe they were hurt and they had it's kind of like a rehab assignment for them, and they didn't player. But you know, you just want to keep it fun. Like it's more relaxed. You know, it's not like their colleges are. You know, it's a business at school. You know, you got to win, but there, man, it's just about, hey, get your reps in and just have fun. Just our big thing was, as long as the cops aren't involved, we don't care. We don't see anything. We don't hear anything.
There you go. Look the other way.
Sometimes that's the best way to be. So, you know, luckily we didn't have anything happen. We had a bunch of really good kids and a bunch of kids that are really, you know, about their careers and trying to make it to the professional ranks. So we were very fortunate.
That's awesome. Now, have you ever done any other coaching duties other than hitting instructor? You know?
So when I was at A&M, I was the infield coach my first year.
Okay.
And then I kind of shifted into the hitting coach role my second year there. And I kind of just fell in love with it. You know, I've always done hitting lessons, and I really enjoy watching guys, you know, take what I say and not do exactly what I say, but I like to see them find a way to implement like the ideas into what makes them feel comfortable. And I just always got a high off that, especially with when I was with travel ball, man. You get these 9 to 13-year-olds, and you watch them make adjustments, and now they're just crushing, and the smiles are big, and you know, it's kind of the stuff that you kind of take for granted once you get to the older age of play, you know.
Yeah.
And so I did that, and then when I was at Logan last year, we actually had our head coach Kyle Supernaut was the main hitting guy, and then we were fortunate to have Ken Henderson, who was an assistant coach. He's been an assistant coach everywhere: Oral Roberts, Kansas State.
Oh, nice.
Southern Illinois, and then he ended up being the head coach there in, I think, from 2011 to 2019. So a lot of experience come with that, and it was a really good opportunity, you know, like you guys said, as far as just kind of bringing me a little bit of reputation name within the ranks, you know, just learning from those guys. And so when I was there, I was actually the outfield coach, something I did not play. You can ask Coach Smith from Ardmore. Didn't have that. So, you know, I'm out there, man. Honestly, I was just out there doing linebacker drills. I mean, it was.
Hey, whatever gets you through it, man.
That's right, man.
You know? So obviously you can always put the bat on the ball, and they've always said, you know, hitting the ball, especially the major league level, is probably the hardest thing to do in sports. Physically doing it and teaching it are obviously two different things. Which one do you find easier, actually putting the bat on the ball or teaching somebody else to be able to do it?
And I've got a follow-up question after that, so go ahead, Coach.
You know, I enjoyed hitting. So I don't know. I think it's crazy because I guess the best way to answer that would be if I knew what I knew now when I was growing up playing, I think I would have been a lot better. So I'd have to go with it's kind of like you learn too late. Like you learn after you're done playing, and then you're like, oh man, I should, like, this is simple. I should have done it back then. So I have to say teaching, because you kind of can go through your experience of what didn't work, and when you're working with guys, you're obviously, you know, at the college level, you know, they're going to have the same struggles and hurdles that you had, so it's a lot easier to get them to do it there. So I'd have to say that.
Okay. So my next question, following up on that, is you've got guys who've been batting their entire life when they get to that next level. Now you're the coach, and they're in a slump. And personally, it just drives me crazy, and I apologize if you're a proponent of this, of the hitters letting go of the top hand for the big, long, wide swing. I'm a short, quick swing because you can get power in that. Hold on to the bat with both hands through the swing. I mean, is that the kind of stuff you have to coach, or do you have to let them use their style of swing and coach little tidbits to help them start making contact again?
So when I was at the college level, it was, you know, you try to manipulate their mechanics, and you try and get them to do, you know, certain things, kind of like your philosophy. So I would say, you know, like, for me, it depends on the player. If you got a bigger guys tend to take that big swing, and they do the one-handed off the bat. And then when you got your skill players, like your middle infielders, your outfielders, you know, they're a little bit smaller, you know, absolutely. Like it just depends on their strength, how much power they're generating. but absolutely, there's nothing wrong with shortening up. You know, anytime a guy's got a slump, I just try to keep it simple. I mean, that's the biggest. You want to, when guys are slumping, it's not because they can't hit. I mean, obviously, like it's like we tell guys all the time, dude, you're playing professional baseball, you can hit. Like, you have the ability to do it. You know, it's just, that's part of the game, and it wears you out. But a lot of the time you just say, like, the easiest thing to do to get a guy out of a slump is just say, what would 10-year-old you say about what you're doing right now?
Yeah.
If he would look at you and say you're not having fun, then maybe you need to find a way to have fun, and then you'll be surprised at how quick the change comes. And I've seen that. I heard our hitting coach in Biloxi say that 3 days ago, and that guy has went off. Both guys, Garrett Whitley and Corey Ray, I think had 2 home runs last night.
Oh, sweet.
He's on a 3-game hitting streak, and it's just crazy. You see these big money guys, man, these top prospects at one point, and you hear a coach say, "Hey, man, be simple," and then you see them go out there and have fun, and it clicks. So,
so you're coaching in Wilmington right now?
No, I was in Wilmington last summer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was just asking about past.
Yeah, okay, gotcha.
Yeah, no. So when I was in the DR, I got back last Thursday, and they had called me probably mid-August to tell me about, you know, the upcoming plan. And we had noticed that Biloxi, who's AA, was in town playing Pandas this week. So they thought it'd be a really good opportunity to get some experience, see a different level of play. You know, the biggest difference there is just in the DR, it's like, think of kids that have top 10 round potential in the draft in the States at 16, 17.
Aha.
Yeah.
They're always taught in academies. Like they don't play, like they never play games. It's BP, showcase.
Really?
Try and get an MLB comparison, and then that kind of grades your value on what your signing bonus is going to be. And then you come in, and then our job is to then teach them the game. So it's the way that I explain a lot is it's varsity players that you have to coach up as if they were junior or middle school. And it's awesome, man. Them kids, like everything you say, they believe. So you got to be really careful about what
you. Well, what about as far as, you know, because we've all seen stories probably about how great the players are in Dominican, and you know, several of them are now in the major leagues. But you've also seen a lot of those sad stories where, you know, they basically had cardboard gloves and playing in sock feet. I mean, do they have better equipment now than some the older stories you see?
Yeah. So most organizations do a really good job of, at the end of the year, you get all the stuff that the big didn't use, like batting gloves, you know, any elbow protectors, shin guards, all that kind of stuff, and they ship it out there, and they just kind of let the guys get through it and find what fits them. And
that's great.
They get equipment, and then you know, of course, your bigger sign guys, they get their own little incentives and stuff sent to them, you know, through their agents and stuff. But definitely, you see a lot of that when you get down there, and that was very humbling for me. You know, you see a different thing. I tell everybody, man, like, here we've got tractors on the side of the interstate bogging to keep the grass short. You know, out there you've got 15 guys spread out with machetes just whacking it down.
Yeah. And probably a couple of goats tied to a concrete block or something.
Yeah, and you learn to appreciate a lot of things when you see stuff like that. Yeah. So that was a big takeaway. For me, it wasn't as much of a coaching development as it was personal development this summer. So
you were able to take a lot away from it then,
yeah. Made the most of it for sure.
I mean, is that the Brewers' plans for you to go back next year, or other plans for you?
As of right now, plans for me to do one more year there. The biggest thing they'd like to do is they send guys out there. We've had 3 American coaches go out. All 3 are still with the organization. But the biggest thing, man, is it's minor league baseball is becoming, you know, the Latin American portion is starting to fill up minor league baseball. You know, there's a lot of talent, and the problem is, you know, they don't have the opportunities and resources that we have here to learn, and so, you know, like our kids are down there, they play baseball every day. They do about 5 to 6 hours worth of training, baseball, and then they've got about an hour, 2 hour of English class every day. So the way they see it is, you know, you can eliminate the translator if you've got a coach that can communicate to both your American players and your Latin players, it's a whole lot easier to get the organizational messages across. So,
so how's your Spanish developing, Coach?
Man, I'll tell you, I have learned a lot. Dad came down there for the week before the season ended, and his jaw was just dropping as we're just going through places. He's like, I don't even know who you are anymore. I can keep up, but the hardest thing about learning another language is, we're always going to think in our native language.
Yes.
So when I hear someone talk, I have to translate it to English. Then I have to take what I want to say back and translate that to Spanish. And before you know it, 45 seconds to a minute and a half pass, and they're
they've already changed subjects and moved on.
It's going to come. I mean, you've already gotten that far, so it's going to become more natural to you at some point.
I learned to navigate, and one of my good friends is with the Cincinnati Reds, and he was out there last year with them, and he just said, man, think of stuff you say every day when you're coaching and look it up, figure out how to translate it, and it'll become easy. And so that's what helped. And then just being around everybody, being where you have to learn it. Because for me, man, if I can't do something, I get so frustrated. Right. And I hate repeating myself. So like it's basically adapt or get out. So I chose to adapt. It probably took until my first 5 weeks from January to March was just basics, kind of just cruising through. And then I came back to Arizona for spring training, so I did that. And then when I got back out there in April, it started to flow a little bit better. And then when we got to June and July, I don't know if you guys remember Ricky Weeks that played with Huntsville. He came out with Huntsville like 02-03, was a number 2 pick for the Brewers. Played like 13 years, but he comes down there, to visit. He's a special assistant in our organization now. Him and Pedro Alvarez played at Vanderbilt and with the Pirates. And he's sitting there talking, and I without realizing it, he's like, "Hey man, thanks." I'm like, "What are you talking about for translating that?" I said, "Man, I didn't even realize I was translating anything." So that was kind of like the cool takeaway from this summer. But yeah, man, it's been fun.
Good for you, man.
That's awesome. I tell you what, you keep that translation up, keep learning that the lingo from the gringo, and you'll be managing in the bigs one day.
I mean, man from Ardmore, Alabama, spitting out that Spanish.
That's right.
Yeah, hey, I would have. And I took Spanish in high school, and Miss D would kill me if she. It's kind of like this. It's you have to have an interest in it, and there's a lot of people. And I'm never going to use this. Like I live in Alabama. Like I'm not going to have to do this. And then it's just funny how, like, when you think that and then something happens where you need it, and you look back, you're like, man, I probably should have
paid a little more attention.
Yeah, my biggest message now is to learn what you can learn. And
for all you kids listening, there's your life lesson.
That's right.
Some folks think they're not going to use English.
Well, I don't do it very well myself. So.
Now they got nephews. I got older freshman to Ardmore. I got younger nephews, country as can be. And I don't even think they're speaking English half the time with all the stuff it's a different time.
Did you play with Cody Reed?
I did. He was a year younger than me.
Okay. Because I was just thinking, we were talking about folks from Ardmore, Alabama. I mean, you, Cody, Lee Hodges, moving on to the upper echelon of sports there. And it's just neat.
Well, where's Cody at now? Is he still pitching?
He's living in Phoenix. He's actually married, and I think last I talked to, he had Tommy John.
I didn't know that.
Right before COVID, and then COVID hit, man, and a lot of really good players were kind of just cast away because when COVID hit, they eliminated, I think, 3 or 4 minor leagues.
They did, yeah.
And a lot of guys got sent home, and I think he was the odd man out. The crazy thing is, you see a talent like that, dude. Cody just dominated everybody he was playing.
Yeah.
There's a reason that he was a second round.
Yeah.
Get there, and that's what's been crazy to me is you see these guys. They were 28th round whenever it was 40 round or 30 something round draft, and now you only got 20, and it's stockpiles of talent, and you just see the true business of it, and you gotta perform, man. And so it's always, every year there's someone who's equal or equally or better talented than you about work ethic and how serious you take it. And he dealt with really bad habits living in Phoenix. And I want to say he's getting his degree in construction management.
Sweet.
Or general contracting is what he's wanting to do. So he's married. He's got a cute little baby, and I was able to see him when I went out to Arizona last, and we kept in contact. And he comes from a great family, man. So
that's awesome.
That's good. Well, Coach, thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate the time, and it's always great catching up with a local guy that's gone out and done big things. So continue blessings on your future, buddy.
Yeah, we're still going, but it's been fun, and I enjoy you guys having me on, man.
All right, man. Good luck to you.
Take care, Austin.
I appreciate it. See you guys.
Take care.
Yes, sir. Hi, ladies and gentlemen, Austin Turner, Milwaukee Brewers hitting coach. Been to Dominican, been to was that Wilmington, North Carolina? What'd you call that? The beach area?
Cape Fear.
Cape Fear, yeah. That's cool. Either way, it's time to take a quick break. You're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk on WKAC, the Big 1080.
Missed part of this week's Tailgate Talk? Go online to tailgatetalk.net and hear the archives. Call or text us with your comments during the show at 256-812-1848. We'll be back with more Applebee's Tailgate Talk on WKAC.
Your roof is the first line of defense for your home. Do you have water stains on your ceiling, paint peeling off your walls, shingles missing? It's probably time for you to get your free roof inspection. Locally owned and operated, licensed, and insured, Yellowhammer Roofing is the Yellowhammer State hometown team. Yellowhammer Roofing. Let our family protect what's most important to you, your family. 256-232-1933 or online at yellowhammerroofing.com.
Customers agree. There's just something about Scooter's Coffee. Since 1998, their mission has been to keep folks happy by helping them scoot in and scoot out quickly while roasting their coffee from the top 10% of specialty beans in the world. Choose from hot drinks like their Caramelicious and Honey Vanilla Latte to cold offerings like the Strawberry Acai Quencher and Iced Mocha. They've also got smoothies, teas, and blenders. You'll agree, too. There's just something about Scooter's Coffee. Amazing people, amazing drinks, amazingly fast. Scooter's Coffee, 547 Highway 72 West in Athens at Town Center. Scooter's Coffee.
Hey guys, this is Joanna for CEI Bookstore and Truth Publications. Many of you are searching for Bible study materials for your Bible classes. Our best-selling Bible curriculum, Discovering God's Way, is a reliable tool for teaching students of all ages through the Bible in its entirety. We're sure you'll love this curriculum, and if you'd like to see other options of Bible classes, we'll be happy to help you select from our topical studies. So stop struggling with the search and come by and let us help you select reliable and meaningful study materials for your class today. CEI Bookstore and Truth Publications, taking his hand, helping each other home.
Limestone Drug, located on the square in downtown Athens, is your local Health Mart pharmacy. As your local Health Mart pharmacy, Limestone Drug is locally owned and has a personal commitment to the community. Limestone Drug honors prescription drug plans, including Medicare. They accept flex spending cards and fill prescriptions in minutes, not hours. Limestone Drug knows there's nothing more important than your family's well-being. So shop Limestone Drug at 200 West Market Street in Athens, your local Health Mart pharmacy. Limestone Drug, caring for you and about you.
Tune in every Tuesday through Thursday this football season for the WKAC Coaches Shows. Join us as we get the scoop from Ardmore, Athens, Clements, East Limestone, Elkmont, James Clemens, Tanner, and West Limestone. The WKAC Coaches Shows on 1080 WKAC.
This is ex-NBA player and coach Rudy Tomcatovich, and you're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk.
Welcome back to Applebee's Tailgate Talk, ladies and gentlemen. Tom McClung, old Tomcat, here alongside Todd the Bod Tumlin, producer extraordinaire Tim Lambert. And we've got the head coach of the Ardmore Tigers coming off a 37-20 victory this Friday night on the National Bank hotline, making communities great. Coach Jonathan Snider. Hey, Coach, welcome back to the show.
Hey, guys. How y'all doing?
Man, we peachy keen here. The music's a little bit loud, so you may hear that back in the background, but they brought good Applebee's appetizers and cheese sticks and stuff, so the boys are happy.
There you go. There you go. That makes it all better.
Yep. Well, good win last night, man. Great win.
It was a big one for us. Our kids showed a lot of resilience, man. After, you get beat 49-0 and, when you got a young team and, you just don't know where they're going to go. And we challenged them all week. And, coaching staff did a great job going back to work, figuring out, really who we are, and trying to answer those questions. And then we asked some kids to play multiple positions. We asked some kids to change positions, and they took it on. And man, their backs were against the wall, and they fought their way out. And I mean that's sort of what we're about, and I couldn't be prouder of them.
Yeah. Well, obviously offense was clicking, 37 points, unless maybe some of those were special teams or defensive scores I'm not aware of.
No, offense, we got off to a pretty good start. We were actually up 15-7 and gave up 2 late touchdowns at the end of the first half. We're down 20-15 at halftime.
Wow.
But we came out in the second half and scored 22 unanswered, and we bent on defense, but we didn't break a whole lot. We had a couple of stops inside the red zone on 4 downs, and then had a blocked field goal on 1 possession. So, our kids, it wasn't always pretty, but I tell you what, our kids fought their guts out, and that's what we asked out of them. And they did exactly what we asked them to do, lay it on the line for their brothers.
Well, and they did. I mean, you mentioned them being resilient and being down at the half like that and coming back and shutting them out the second half and going on to score. Yeah, I'd say that's resiliency.
Yeah, they did a really good job. Made a few adjustments at halftime, and did a really good job of coming out and having the will to win. I think they expected to win, which is a huge step in the right direction. There's a huge difference between expecting and hoping, and I think last night, even down at halftime, they still had the expectation to win, and that helped them overcome a lot. And had good leadership last night. We had some young kids step up and make some big time plays. We had some injuries last week, so we had some guys that had to step in and play some roles that maybe they were not accustomed to, but they didn't bat an eye. They did what we asked them to do and tried to do it as hard as they could, and the results were happened to be on our side.
Coach, looking here on some of the play action sports posts, third quarter, you guys were up 23-20. That's not a big lead right there. Is that where maybe the kids dug in and got some gravel in their craw and decided to, because that's the last score that Brewer had, is the 20 points, and you guys won. You put another 14 on the board.
Yeah, we went up 23-20. We had the ball coming out of the second half, and we drove down the field, and Justin Coverdale, who is one of our starting outside linebacker, we asked him to play a little running back this week, and he took one 45 yards to the house, and we went for 2 and got it, and then we got a stop and drove down the field, and on 3rd and 15 we threw a tunnel screen to one of our freshman receivers, and he took it 42 yards for a touchdown, and that put us up 30-20 late in the third quarter. And then we blocked a field goal on the ensuing drive. Brewer drove down the field, and we blocked a field goal, and then we sort of controlled the rest of the third quarter and the whole fourth quarter from that point forward.
Awesome. Well, next week you got Lawrence County, who's 1-2, 0-1 in the region, and took a whooping from Russellville 49-0 last night, so they'll be coming off a big loss.
Yeah, Lawrence County's much improved. Coach Walker does a really, really good job. He's a good friend of mine. We talk, once a week or so, because we both came into this head coaching deal at the same time and had never been one before. So we bounce ideas off of people. I know that, they had a rough year last year, and they won opening week, and then last 2 games have been rough on them. But I'm gonna tell you, Gunnersville and Russellville are 2 really, really good football
they're strong.
teams.
Yeah,
absolutely.
You can't really gauge a whole lot. We saw last week West Morgan beat us unmercifully, and then they turned around and beat Brooks 53-7 this week. So they must be a pretty decent team.
I missed that score.
Yeah, they beat the whoop, and they put a whooping on Brooks.
My goodness.
I was surprised to see that score, actually.
I thought they would win, but I was surprised to see that it was like that. So you really can't. We're not in a position to where we can judge anything based on what a team did last week. So, we got to take it one game at a time and prepare and fix the problems that we had and build on the negatives and see what happens. And don't look back. Don't look at scores from previous games.
No kidding.
We got to take them one at a time and see what happens.
Yeah, and you bring up a good point. And I know the kids are smarter than that because they know Russell and his presence around this area for so long. But you're looking at Lawrence County and like, oh man, 49-0, we're gonna kill these guys.
Yeah,
you can't do that.
No.
Yeah, absolutely not.
You can't. We are definitely at Ardmore not in the spot where we can say, we don't really worry about it. No, we better get ready to go each and every week.
Nobody's in that position.
No,
Right
but,
now,
but
right.
when you're 15 or 16,
Yeah, well, yeah, I'm saying, yeah, I know, but I'm just,
you think you are
can't look
sometimes.
you can't look past anybody.
Right.
No, you can't. You can't. You got to prepare the same way every week.
Yep, absolutely. Each week's new.
So, seniors, we've done Preston Patterson, Tyler Thompson, and Jacob Sanchez, and I know you've got quite a few. So, can we get another couple?
Yeah. Next is Justin Coverdale. Justin is a 3-year starter for us. He's a kid that really changed his body over the offseason, became a lot more explosive, a lot stronger. One of our better kids, great leader on our football team. He is a heck of an outside linebacker and maybe even a better running back than what he is outside linebacker. Gives some explosion in the backfield and will do anything possible that you ask him to do until he just completely cannot do it. And that's the type of kids that you want on your team. He's a great kid, great leader for our young kids, does things the right way, and really proud Justin is part of my team for sure. And then we got go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, how about another one? So.
Okay. Then we got Braden Hillis. Braden is our starting quarterback. This is the second year he started for us. Went down last year with a major collarbone injury. Broke his collarbone in 7 places last year during the Russell game. Rehab, came back, had a really, really good offseason, has worked really, really hard at getting his game where we could utilize the pass game more than what we were last year. And, he provides some really, really good leadership for us. That's what you want out of your quarterback. He gets us in the right formations, gets us in the right plays, calms things down when needed, makes throws when needed. Braden's he's a heck of a player for us because he does everything that we ask him to do. He understands his role and does it at the highest level he possibly can. And I'm proud of Braden Hillis and where he's come.
So broke his collarbone in 7 places, like they
had it right before the East Limestone game.
Yes. Yeah. Like
it was a second drive of the game against Russellville. He got hit on a rollout and actually threw a pass the next play. We didn't know it was broken, and then threw an interception the next play and made a tackle. And he came to the sideline and he had collarbone broken in 7 places.
Oh, wow. Well, like they used to say on Hee Haw, he needs to stay out of those places.
That's right. Ain't no doubt. Yeah. Luckily, we don't go to Russellville this year.
Hey, good job, Coach.
No kidding.
Absolutely. Well, Coach, thanks so much for joining us, and wish you guys best of luck next week.
Thanks, guys. Y'all have a good day.
Thank you, Coach.
Bye-bye.
Ladies and gentlemen, Coach Jonathan Snider, head coach of the Ardmore Tigers on the First National Bank Hotline, making communities great. It's time to take a quick break. You're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk on WKAC, the Big 1080.
You can help Limestone County student athletes by donating to the Bama Zach Memorial Scholarship. Send it in care of Garth Garris, 13833 Pinnacle Drive, Athens, Alabama, 35613, or make it in person at First State Bank of the South at 1319 Highway 72 East in Athens. We'll be back with Tailgate Talk after this.
From day one, First National Bank has been built on a strong foundation of community first. First to lend a helping hand, first to help with community events and fundraisers, first to support local students, athletic programs, and civic organizations, first to support events like United Way, Relay for Life, and many more charitable events, and most importantly, working for our great community. Without you, there'd be no First National Bank. Making communities great together, that's what we strive for.
Equal housing lender, member FDIC. To many folks, the words healthy and delicious aren't interchangeable. Golden Eagle Nutrition in Athens is here to change your mind. They're the spot for healthy and, yes, delicious shakes and drinks, good for a meal replacement or just a pick-me-up. Low calorie, low sugar, low carb, and low fat shakes like the turtle cheesecake or banana pudding. Loaded energy teas like the Blue Hawaiian or Georgia Peach. Golden Eagle Nutrition. Call 867-5601 or stop by 616 115 Highway 31 South, Suite F, just north of Walmart. Oh, and they deliver too. Golden Eagle Nutrition, 867-5601. Real estate real easy. That's the motto at Innovative Realty Solutions, and providing the highest quality real estate services is their mission. With sound real estate advice, the latest information, and a skilled analysis of the real estate market, Innovative Realty Solutions offers a better home buying and selling experience with a fair, ethical, and, yes, innovative process. Innovative Realty Solutions. Visit them on Facebook, online at innovativerealtysolutions.com, at 100 North Clinton Street in Athens, or call 230-5950. Innovative Realty Solutions. Real estate real easy. Daly & Son Car Care is Ardmore's only one-stop auto repair and tire shop. Whether it's major mechanic or brake work or routine maintenance like an oil change or lube job, Daly & Son Car Care has been satisfying customers all over with their fast and friendly service. They're also your headquarters for quality Cooper tires. Stop by and see Wayne, Nikki, or Dale at 25600 Main Street in Ardmore, Tennessee, or call them at 931-427-4651. They're on Facebook too. Daly & Son Car Care, open Monday through Friday, 7:30 till 5, and Saturday, 7:30 till noon. Applebee's Tailgate Talk wants to recognize our local athletes, and you can help. Go to tailgatetalk.net throughout the school year to vote for the Applebee's Neighborhood Athlete of the Week. The winner will receive a gift card from Applebee's Neighborhood Grill and a t-shirt from Gotcha Covered Screen Printing and more. Submit your own nominations for future polls too. While you're there, check out the Tailgate Talk archives and see what you might have missed. That's the Applebee's Neighborhood Athlete of the Week. Cast your vote today from Applebee's Neighborhood Grill and Tailgate Talk.
Hey, I'm Cody Gross. I'm the head football coach at Athens High School, and you're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk.
Welcome back to Applebee's Tailgate Talk, ladies and gentlemen. And we have Coach Parker of the Clements Colts on the First National Bank hotline, making communities great. Coach, thanks for joining us this morning, man.
Absolutely, man. How y'all doing?
Man, we doing well. I know,
awesome.
Not making excuses, but I know two coaches of yours that was sick all week. Did you have any losses last night due to sickness, or how was the team health-wise?
Well, I had several kids at practice all week sick too. So, but as far as going into the game, we were pretty healthy. We wouldn't. They practiced through the sickness this week. That was huge for us for them to be able to go through that, because I mean that stuff ain't no joke. It's you running fever and coughing your head off. So we've had our run of it here lately.
Yeah, if it would just go away. I mean, like the coach particular I know of, he would feel good, and then get 3 hours later he's running a fever again. So
yeah, he's had it rough too. But yeah, I don't know. I had 3 coaches this week that had it.
Yeah.
So no excuse there.
Yeah.
Because they still come to work and they still did what they're supposed to do and did their job. I mean, they dedicated guys to me and very loyal to me. So
yeah,
to show up when you're feeling bad like that, it's tough.
Lauderdale County put everybody they had in the box. I think if they had 12 men, they'd have put 12 men down there. They were good enough to match your wide receivers on the edge sometimes, even in man-to-man. But it was difficult to run on them last night. What's some of your thoughts on the game?
It was, they just, my biggest thing is the desire to want to beat the guy in front of you.
Yes.
I'm not downgrading my kids at all, but we have got to develop a desire to beat the guy in front of us. And until we do, we're not going to beat them, especially a good football team.
Right.
You can run across your holly ponds and stuff, and you'll be okay. But when you run across a good football team, you got to want to beat that guy in front of you.
Right.
And I think we in our minds we want to, but not necessarily our actions.
Right.
And how we react. If we're trying to down block somebody and they beating us to the gap, we got to step a little flatter.
Yep.
And get it washed down right there. And it's just something that we don't think about in the game. And I don't know, the kids are just different these days. I told one of my coaches last night, today's the first day of college football, and I bet 80% of my kids, 85%, don't watch a game.
You think?
So, yeah. It's just, it's reality.
Yeah.
Reality.
Yeah, it is. You're right, Coach. And we've had this conversation before, not just with you, but other coaches. And you're right. Like back when we were coming up, man, and of course we didn't have near the options they have as far as viewing football games. So I would really, can you imagine us going back and being, that age? Oh my God, we'd have been like in front of the TV all day, just eating it up.
Absolutely. I know that they got a whole lot more stuff out there to do than what we did when we grew up, but it's at some point, if you're gonna play a game, you got to learn it.
You got to learn it. You got to love it. And you got to want to do it. Like you said, you got to want to beat that dude in front of you.
That's exactly right. And I have 2 hours a day with them. Yes. 2 hours a day. They got to get out in the yard some too, and think about what they're going to do. We have players still blocking the wrong way, and it's plays that we go over daily, every week, and still because they line up a little different, they try to change their blocking scheme and it screws everything up. So, it's just stuff that we're gonna have to work on, man. And it ain't all the kids. It's it's me. It's me. I gotta do a better job. That's just the way it is. They're my responsibility, and they're a product of what I put out there. And right now, the product's not very good. So
sometimes it's hard to reach them, though, Coach. You can only do what you can do, and the staff as well. Yeah. And you can find a little trick here, maybe a few words of whatever wisdom there. But in the end, they got to want to accept it and then put it to use.
And here's the thing: I truly believe they want to, but I don't think they will. They're doing what's required extra of them to do that. So we have all kind of film out there for them to watch. We put our installs for the week on Huddle, and sometimes they'll watch it, sometimes they won't. And you sitting there telling them you need to be watching it if you're gonna be successful. And I don't know if it's a mindset that they have, that's the way we're supposed to be. If it is, I've been there 5 years. I don't know that I'm going to change it after 5 years. So,
well, and you shouldn't. I mean, it's your program, But you bring up a good point about kids today. I mean, how many times any of y'all have driven up and down the road and seen the first kid out in the yard throwing a baseball, football, shooting a basketball?
Very few.
It doesn't happen. I don't care if it's a rural, subdivision, city.
It don't happen.
Doesn't happen.
It doesn't happen so much that when I see one, I take notice of it.
Oh, absolutely. It's like, wow. Like, okay. Yeah.
Especially if a dad's out there with them.
Yeah. Well, I see
right. Exactly. And you don't see that much at all anymore.
I haven't seen it in years.
Yep.
So who have you?
Go ahead.
Well, I was just going to move on. Who have you got Friday night?
Mars Hill.
Oh boy.
Yep. They beat Colbert Heights last night, 56-6. So obviously they can put points on the board, and 2-1 for the season.
Very good football team, man. We can go into this week as, oh boy, here we go, or we go into this week as, hey, what an opportunity, Yep.
The opportunity to get some gravel in your craw.
Right. Yeah, I mean, you get to play one of the best teams in the state. Got an opportunity. They're on your schedule.
Yes.
The only way you're going to beat the best is to play the best, and here we go, So we could come in with an attitude of dreading it or attitude of an opportunity. And, I can't get in their minds and put it in there. They're going to have to do it themselves. So we're going to still go to work tomorrow. We're going to have a game plan for Friday night, and we're going to execute it all week, and we'll see how it goes.
Coach, maybe need to feed them some raw meat during the week. Get a little taste of blood in their mouth, and see if that helps. Go. What do you think?
I may have to.
They get out those meanness pills.
Yeah. But, I don't want to sit on here and degrade my kids.
No, it's not at all.
It's not degrading. I mean, it's not.
I love every one of them, and I'll do anything in this world for them. And I think they know that. But we have got to develop in heart and play every play like it's the last play.
Yep.
So, all I can say, man, is we got to go back to work.
got to go back to the field, get the sweat going, and try to do it again next week.
Yep, that's all we can do.
Coach, you coming on each week is great. We appreciate it more than you know. So
man, I appreciate what y'all do.
Man, it's part of the process, dude.
I know.
Have
y'all
a great week of
kids.
practice.
I know. I appreciate that.
Yes, sir. I'll see you Friday night, Coach.
Sounds great.
All right. Thanks. Ladies and gentlemen, head coach of the Clements Colts, Coach Parker, Michael Parker. Great guy. It's time to take a quick break. You're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk on WKAC, the Big 1080.
If you have a question, comment, or idea for Tailgate Talk, you can email it to tailgatetalk@hotmail.com. We'll be right back with more of Applebee's Tailgate Talk on 1080 WKAC.
Ardmore Telephone Company has been operating right here in your community since the 1950s. Over the years, we've brought you advanced communication services such as telephone, high-speed internet, and security systems. And going forward, we'll be right here ready to provide you with innovative services and the high level of customer service you've come to expect. At Ardmore Telephone, our proof is the test of time, running decades deep. We're Ardmore Telephone, and we are here to stay. For more details, call 1-800-830-9946 or visit ardmore.net.
Hey guys, this is Joanna Clem for CEI Bookstore and Truth Publications. I'd like to personally invite you to visit CEI Bookstore. While you're here, you'll find a wide selection of Bibles, gift items, trustworthy study materials, and more for you and your church. Our friendly staff will be happy to help you with your selections while you shop in the store. We even offer personalized Bible imprinting and gift wrapping. Not in the Athens area? Enjoy shopping with us online at truthbooks.com. CEI Bookstore and Truth Publications, taking his hand, helping each other home.
Quality Vinyl is on your side. Quality Vinyl in Athens has been in business since 1987, offering great prices and service the whole time. What has changed is the technology of their products. From vinyl siding and shutters, sunrooms and screen rooms, to doors, windows, columns, and rails. Quality Vinyl, located on the corner of Highway 72 and Reed Road in Athens, just 6 miles west of I-65. Call 232-2665 or visit them online at qualityvinyl.net. Quality Vinyl is on your side. When things go wrong, State Farm is here to help life go right. And Agent Michael Howell is the one who can help get things back on track. See Michael for your auto, home, life, health, property, and business insurance, and be ready for those unexpected twists that life throws at you. Ask about banking and annuities, too. Call State Farm Agent Michael Howell at 232-5400. Visit him online at michaelhowell.net or go see him at 903 South Clinton Street in Athens. State Farm Agent Michael Howell. There when things go wrong, here to help life go right. Keep up with Athens and Limestone County sports with a Play Action Sports Report. Look for it every Wednesday on your favorite podcast platform. The Play Action Sports Report. Scores, interviews, highlights, and more from school, youth, and amateur sports in Athens and Limestone County. The Play Action Sports Report every Wednesday on your favorite podcast platform or online at pasnetwork.net.
Hello, this is Calvin Smith, former world record holder in the 100 meters, 1984 and 88 Olympian, and former Alabama track athlete. And you're listening to Tailgate Talk.
I'm all about that action. 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 I said I'm all about that action.
Welcome back to Applebee's Tailgate Talk, ladies and gentlemen. Tom McClung, Old Time Cat here, alongside Todd the Bod, Tomlin, producer extraordinaire Tim Lambert. And on the First National Bank Hotline, making communities great, we have our Swami of the SEC. And I have no idea what we're going to talk about with this guy for the next 10 minutes. AP, you got any suggestions, dude?
Hey, good morning. Good morning. So glad to be on Applebee's Tailgate Talk, KAC 1080 AM, Athens, Alabama. Well, I'm
hold up, AP. Let me interrupt you before we get started with football. I wanted to ask you this real quick because as soon as I saw it yesterday, I'm like, man, I got to get AP's opinion on this. What about the expansion of the playoffs from the NCAA to 12 teams?
Oh, yes. I think college football is becoming college basketball.
Yeah. Anybody, let them all in.
Yeah, let them all in. A couple losses doesn't matter. The high-pressure games before, you'll be excused if you lose a couple. So that's what I didn't want. That's why I like the 4. I really like the 4
I
team.
agree.
Going to 12, I mean, it's going to have all kind of people in there that I don't think really deserve that honor. But that's what they decided. It's all a money game, really. It's to satisfy all these people to make sure they get so much from the big pot.
Yeah, and then let me ask you this real quick, because I thought this was interesting. So the first 4 teams into the playoffs get to play a home game. The second 4 can either play at home or play in a dome if they so choose that is nearby. Well, I can't even think of a cold weather. Say Michigan. Say Michigan gets in the top 4, and there's going to be 8 inches of snow predicted, for that week. And they're like, I'd rather play in the dome. Wouldn't you think the top 4 teams would be the ones that would to get the luxury of picking or choosing what place to play versus automatically having to play at home if it is a really cold area? I don't know. I just thought that was weird.
Yeah, just think about these decisions that are made. Maybe you play a team from the South, and you playing outdoors. Maybe that's to your advantage. So you play the game outside.
True.
I think it was like a team like Arkansas. They play in Fayetteville, Little Rock. You get a team like LSU can play in New Orleans, or they can play in Baton Rouge.
Yes.
Or you get a team like USC playing the Coliseum or the professional stadium out there. So I mean, that flexibility, that was kind of a strange thing that they came about with this playoff. So that was kind of interesting.
It was, and I thought it should have been for the first 4, not the second 4. That was just my thoughts.
Yeah, but it has stipulation. You just can't make the change arbitrarily. But think about it. You're going to have to make that decision in a week or 2 or something, right?
Yeah. So then you got the logistics of getting fans there and everything else, TV.
Yeah. So that's got to be available. So you probably got to do some homework. If you think you're on the road to being in the playoffs, you got to start out talking to some people in advance. To play it at home is one thing. To play at another site, you got to get together with some people.
Yeah, great point.
Okay, so today, Alabama, Auburn, opening season. Alabama's a proven product. We know what's going to happen. So many questions for Auburn. TJ Finley's a starting quarterback, which surprised
I didn't know they announced that.
Yes, sir.
I did not see it.
And the biggest surprise to me was that Calzada's now off the depth chart. He's 3rd string. So I want to get Mr. AP's thoughts on that.
Yeah, that's pretty strange because, think about it. 2 SEC quarterbacks transferred and they're not starting.
Yes.
Calzada at A&M, from A&M to Auburn, right? And then Max Johnson went to A&M, and Haynes King was named the starter. So those decisions, I don't know if they were the best thing for them, but that's the way it ended up. It's surprising that Calzada is 3rd, but Robbie Ashford, we always spoke about him as having a chance to be part of this team because he has that flexibility for the dual threat quarterback, and I believe they're going to use 2. Hey, I believe that Auburn maybe use 3 quarterbacks this year if they're going to win a bunch of games. But they're in an excellent position, as we spoke about, that 5 home game stretch.
Yes.
And you have the 2 warm-up games with Mercer and San Jose State. Potentially, now that Penn State team, that quarterback played very well the other night against Purdue. So they're playing at Auburn, and that's a big advantage for the home team. The Tigers, they're pretty tough down there, but I think they got a chance to win that game. So Alabama, we know what they're all about. They got to find out some line. I don't know if they'll find out this game, but we'll get a peek.
I was expecting Alabama to have their. I'm not expecting them to have any kind of weakness at all this year.
No, I don't think so. I mean, this offensive line coach they brought over from Kentucky has been very successful. So I think he'll bring them along, because they recruited enough 4- and 5-star players that they misjudged all of them, and that's a travesty in and of itself. But that was the only area I had a question mark for them. I don't know if they have a number 1 draft choice at wide receiver like you've seen in the past. That player may emerge, but right now I don't see anybody as a number 1 draft choice at that position. But that doesn't mean they're not good college football players.
Right. Just, as they say, unproven, waiting to break out.
Right. So, you have the Heisman Trophy quarterback. You better be ready to catch the football. He's get it to you.
That's the truth.
He'll embarrass you.
Quickly, Bo Nix in Georgia today. Oregon and Georgia. That's got a unique spin on it right there.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he's played against the Bulldogs a bunch of times, and plus the coach was the defensive coordinator, so he knows all the tendency of that offense. So Oregon has a slight advantage coming into the game. I mean, I'm not saying they're going to win, but it's not like your coach doesn't know the other team and your quarterback's not familiar with SEC speed. So we'll see what happens. And I wonder if the second-string quarterback get in there for Oregon, Ty Thompson.
Yeah.
Big quarterback, 6'5", 230. He has a lot of talent, too. I saw him at the Manning Passing Academy. Met him out in Arizona, actually.
Okay, cool.
Tough game. You know, can Georgia replace 15 players that were drafted?
Right. So, AP and Kelly, as we see it, tell us where we can listen to it, and then we'll call this show, put it in the can.
Oh, yeah. Everybody can listen to our website, AP and Kelly, as we see it. We're on Facebook. We're on Twitter. We're on the different platforms for Android and Apple. And last week we had the guest, our radio analyst from LSU, Doug Moreau. So this week I'm not sure about that, but we always have fun between Kelly and I.
Absolutely. Well, ladies and gentlemen, for AP Steadham, Todd the Bod Tomlin, producer extraordinaire Tim Lambert, my name's Tom McClung, old Tomcat. We ain't got to go home, but we got to get ourselves up out of here. We'll talk to AP next week and see you guys then. Thanks, AP.
Thanks, sir.
If you're looking for an alternative to the insane prices of buying furniture, appliances, and electronics outright, why not consider rent-to-own at Buddy's Home Furnishings in Athens? High quality at low prices. Top brands like GE, Maytag, Samsung, and Ashley. No credit approval and flexible payment options. See what you can take home today. Visit Buddy's Home Furnishings in Athens at 600 South Jefferson Street in the Athens Shopping Center. Go online to buddyrents.com or call 206-9505. Buddy's Home Furnishings. To many folks, the words healthy and delicious aren't interchangeable. Golden Eagle Nutrition in Athens is here to change your mind. They're the spot for healthy and, yes, delicious shakes and drinks, good for a meal replacement or just a pick-me-up. Low-calorie, low-sugar, low-carb, and low-fat shakes like the turtle cheesecake or banana pudding. Loaded energy teas like the Blue Hawaiian or Georgia Peach. Golden Eagle Nutrition. Call 867-5601 or stop by 616 Highway 31 South, Suite F, just north of Walmart. Oh, and they deliver too. Golden Eagle Nutrition, 867-5601. Customers agree. There's just something about Scooter's Coffee. Since 1998, their mission has been to keep folks happy by helping them scoot in and scoot out quickly while roasting their coffee from the top 10% of specialty beans in the world. Choose from hot drinks like their Caramelicious and Honey Vanilla Latte to cold offerings like the Strawberry Acai Quencher and Iced Mocha. They've also got smoothies, teas, and blenders. You'll agree, too. There's just something about Scooter's Coffee. Amazing people, amazing drinks, amazingly fast. Scooter's Coffee, 547 Highway 72 West in Athens at Town Center. Scooter's Coffee. You've been listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk, live from Applebee's Neighborhood Grill on Highway 72 East in Athens, just off I-65. You can hear the archive of this and other shows online at tailgatetalk.net. Applebee's Tailgate Talk is a production of Play Action Sports on 1080 WKAC.